Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm Keri Matwick, as Amy introduced. Thank you. I'm excited to share today about how cultural narratives shape plant-based milk adoption, especially in a comparison between Singapore and the United States. So, as consumer preferences shift towards more plant-based alternatives and novel foods, understanding how the different cultural narratives can reveal why some choices are gaining traction while others still struggle, and why they're so context specific. So, a little bit of background. So, the U.S. plant-based milk market is thriving, reaching over 2.9 billion in 2024, and it continues to grow, especially in this milk area. You see a lot of it too in the US in the refrigerated section, which is quite different with, Singapore. We still see a lot of the boxed, shelved milks. And then also in contrast, Singapore's market is growing, but there's still a very traditional dairy consumption. And then soy milk, which has long been a staple in Singapore, is not almost even considered a substitute. It's just part of like another drink. It just hasn't had the same popularity though in the US, soy milk. We're in this particular case, it particularly we're looking at like almond milk and then now the rise of oat milk. Uh, so Market preferences also differ. So in the US, 60% of the plant-based milk consumers favor, almond milk. And then now it's kind of growing to be oat milk, coconut milk, and then soy milk. In Singapore, the adoption is the highest among women in particular, and then also the young adults as well, 16 to 24 years old. Consumer drivers. So in the US, plant-based milk choices are driven so a lot by health, taste, nutritional value. Singaporean consumers are influenced by food trends, which probably shouldn't be a surprise. So, food trends. Also, though, health consciousness and a growing awareness of animal welfare. Interestingly, so oat milk is advertised in both cultures as so cosmopolitan, a little hipster perception, particularly in line with the coffee culture. And oat milk in particular is popular for coffee and cooking, while soy milk is more for just drinking alone. And if any of you have tasted it yourself, you know how oat milk has a little bit of a sweeter, thicker taste, so that mimics very well dairy milk in comparison to, say, almond milk, which has a little bit more watery um, consistency. So Singapore's plant-based milk market, though, is expected to grow at least 12% annually. So following along kind of the global increasingly adaptation for plant-based alternatives. So these differences reveal how cultural narratives influence consumer acceptance. So in Singapore, traditional soy milk still provides that familiarity, while oat milk aligns with more of a kind of a global food trend. And then the US consumers prioritize like personal health and taste over tradition. So understanding these backgrounds can help brands position themselves as well, and also help understand, well, what kind of products to feature and where and with what. So let's see. So it also did want to point out, though, still milk is the most dominant milk consumed product, because you can see down here, still 75% is mostly dairy milk, but then this growing 25% is growing very to be quite lucrative as well. So I think we'll still continue to see more and more of these plant-based milk products, especially in Singapore, is quite behind. In the US, we have a lot more brands options and a lot more real estate space at the supermarket, and not quite as much yet with Singapore. But I think it will be, and based off of these figures, it is expected to grow as well. So hope you gained insight in that comparison between the US and Singapore. So thank you.